My second one, and we love Bosch. So thank you, Bosch.
We love Bosch.
So that was so great.
So here we are doing our yeast mixture. I guess you didn't get sugar.
Right. Oh, right here.
Oh yeah, okay. So 1 tablespoon of sugar. So look.
1 teaspoon.
Teaspoon, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. All right, so with the yeast, I just feel like if you get the perfect temperature and the yeast that we tell you to continually use, that's life-changing, because I don't care who you are, every person that's changed to it. Where's your bag?
The Red
Do you have
Star
it?
Active Dry.
It's called Red Star. You get it at Costco. It's a massive bag that's like $4. And we keep this in the freezer, which a lot of people have never known about.
We keep it in the freezer, and then what we like to do is I like to put some in the fridge as well, and so I keep it in this darling little container, and it's actually by Pampered Chef. I love Pampered Chef's containers.
Yeah.
Especially these. I use their glass containers so much. Love these, and so I keep this in the fridge. When it's empty, I get it out of the freezer, so it's super handy. I know a lot of you do that too.
But a lot of people feel like they're intimidated by breads because of the yeast. That's honestly the number one thing. And the funniest part is the yeast is the easiest part. So if you've never tried the Red Star yeast, I highly suggest it. This is all she's ever used. It's all I've ever used. And a lot of you fannies that have now switched over, you've realized that there is a difference. I swear it always works out. So we just double baggy it, you put it in the freezer, and it will last for up to 2 years
Up to 2 years, yep. And tell them about your water trick.
Okay, so the water trick for me is I like to just run the water under my wrist, and I feel like that gets the perfect temp. It's not too hot. It's not too
like a
cold.
baby's bottle.
Yeah, like a baby's bottle, a baby's bath. You know when you like know what that temperature is? That's when the water is always perfection.
And then she adds her yeast, and then adds a little bit of sugar to it as the recipe calls for, and then it will be perfect.
We have this down in the back, but I feel like it's making us look so dark. But we're trying to bring more light to us. My mom's got different light coming in her kitchen. Yeah. So isn't it funny in the back? Okay, so we put a lid on top just to like trap the heat. I feel like it makes it go way faster. But look already how our yeast is going. Can
Starting
you see
to
this?
foam up already.
And this has only been a couple of minutes. So we like to tell you that if you don't see that starting to come, start over.
Yeah.
It's not worth going and trying to continue with the recipe if you feel like it didn't turn out.
Adding all your ingredients and wasting it all, because possibly you've got the water too hot.
Yeah, and you probably have killed the yeast.
And another thing you never want to do in any kind of yeast recipe is you don't want to add salt directly into the yeast. That will kill it as well. Right. So any temperature over 120 will kill the yeast. So Lizzie's little, I like how she does the baby's bath. I think that is so great. And everybody knows what that is.
It's perfect.
So we already have dough rising. It's been rising for over an hour. This recipe says to let it go for an hour, and you could actually let it go all day.
Try to show this.
It wouldn't even matter if you did, but we learned this recipe in a little place just outside of Lucca, Italy, called Pistoia. We learned how to make this dough in Italy. We watched and watched. I watched and watched and watched.
But that's what's fun too about my mom's recipes. On the side, she'll always tell you where she got the recipe. There's some of them that she gets from different friends, and obviously like this one, but she talks about Michelle had a farmhouse in Tuscan, the region of Italy. Anyway, so it's fun.
Right.
It's a fun read.
Right.
Her books are always a really fun read. Okay, so doesn't yeast expire? I thought it had a date on it.
Yes, it does. But when you put it in the freezer like this, it will last 2 years. So, and I'm sure that the expiration date is at least 2 years.
Okay,
so,
all right, bring the Kamut over here. We're improvising on our camera today too, so bear with us. All right, so we're using our Kamut, which we've talked about now a million different times with pizza dough on pizza night. Yeah. You want to try a more authentic crust. You want your dough to turn out more like the real deal, the thin crust, bubbles up, unbelievable. This. Because how many times have we now bought the 00? We've done all the different kinds of flour. And
bread flour, 00, whatever. The Kamut actually works the best.
It does. And we're not exaggerating. It works the best.
It looks really nice. We just tested our pizza dough out right here just before we got started to make sure our oven was hot enough. Look at that. This is super thin too.
We've got it
super thin.
Our tripod, we're funny, you guys. There's always something every day. It's real life when you're watching us live. But I've got I know, will you just hold?
Okay.
Let's just hold this.
Okay.
Because our tripod today.
Okay, okay.
We have to improvise. All right, so when we're starting with a bread recipe, pizza, bread, whatever you want to say, you don't add the full amount of flour that it calls for right away, okay? So on the recipe, it calls for 3 to 4 cups. We say whether, depending on how much you put really in, want me to film you?
No.
It's just always different and depending on what kind of flour you use, right? So Kamut is a little more dense than regular flour. So we like to just say that you need to go a little shy under a cup, okay? It wasn't really doing that for me, shaking very well. But you just kind of shake it under a cup. I don't go much, but you're just making sure that you don't have a heaping cup, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going 1.
But we don't add it all right now either.
2.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stop there for a minute, okay? All right, so come back over here, Mom.
Okay.
Sorry to keep asking, but have you girls had any chance yet to weigh the cup of flour?
We did. It was right at 5. It was 4 3/4, right at 5 ounces.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to add, of course, our French salt because this makes everything better. So we're adding a teaspoon.
No, it's just a half a teaspoon.
A half a teaspoon.
Yeah.
Trying to remember exactly.
A half a teaspoon of French salt.
So we're adding the salt. Now our yeast mixture is
look stir this up just a little.
I know, but I'm going to show them this.
Yeah.
Where's the spoon, Mom?
I don't know.
Let me get a spoon.
Grab one.
Hold on. This is funny. Well, they can see it better. Okay, so we're mixing this. Okay, but now look at our yeast. It's perfect. Look how much that bubbled up, right? So now you're going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil into the yeast mixture, okay? So we're adding 1 tablespoon like this, all right? Now we're going to just add it. I'll help you, Mom, in just a second.
No, you're good.
Okay, you talk to them about the next part and show them, and then I'll keep mixing.
Okay, so Lizzie's going to keep mixing.
Do you stir the flour before you scoop up the flour? Just kind of like a little
yes,
sift.
we do take our cup and we make sure that the flour is light. When we go to grab our cup of flour in our canister, we do stir it up in here and we make sure that it is light.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good question.
That's a good question. And then it said, where did you get that salt container? Do you sell them? Yes, they're
on their way from France right now.
They're shipping. They're shipping on their way. I'll film. I'm a better filmer. I can get us both in the camera. Okay, show them really fast the next thing, Mom. Explain the beer, part.
Okay, so the recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of beer or 1 1/4 cups of water. Your choice. The beer seems to add, that's what the secret is, I think, to this dough. The beer seems to make it a little more chewy, a little lighter, gives it a texture and a taste that's super good.
Yeah.
So
I think it makes it crispy. I think it bubbles beautifully.
Yes.
The water, I don't think it can cut it.
It's cooking at 500 degrees, so it's cooking out. The alcohol is cooking out. This is one of the beers that we like to use. It's just cheap. We don't drink beer, so we don't even know if it's good, and I don't think it is because some people have said to us, that's one of the cheapest craziest beers you're using.
But it doesn't.
We don't know.
It doesn't matter. Just whatever's on sale, grab whatever.
Right, whatever on sale. You can also use an apple beer. It'll give it just a hint of a different flavor, but not too much. And this is alcoholic, no alcohol in it at all. Or you can use O'Doul's. O'Doul's, which is completely non-alcoholic, and we've used them all. Yes, and that's 1 1/4 cups. We've used them all. So
there you go.
Yeah. So here.
Oh my.
So we've used all of them. So it's just your preference, and you can use water, and the water actually works just as well. It's just,
I don't think it does. My mom likes to say it does, and I don't agree.
Okay.
I just don't agree. I think there is a huge difference. We believe that it cooks out, and there's many different articles out there that agree with us. So it's not,
it's your choice.
It's your choice, but give it a go because it's good. Okay, so obviously our dough is looking very sticky. It's not coming away from the bowls right now. So we need to add more. So we're gonna add about, that was only 2 cups. So I think I'm gonna add about another cup because I think it needs it.
It calls for 3 to 4 cups. So just like when we show you how to make bread, we go easy. We go easy on the flour.
You can always add the flour, but you can't take away. You can't add more liquid than a recipe calls for. Oh my heavens. I think we needed a bigger bowl.
No, you're fine.
So I think this is going to be perfect.
See if you need to add any more in.
We'll see.
Add any more to it. But this is why we say to go easy. Don't ever automatically always add 3 or 4 cups, even in a bread recipe.
I don't think you know what you're filming right now.
I'm just filming you mixing it
heavens. I think this is good. It's coming away from the bowl, and now we're going to take it out and knead it. So see how that's totally coming away from the bowl. It's good.
It's perfect.
So we're going to take the dough, and now we're going to put a little bit out on our counter, okay? And then we're just going to... How long does this say to knead? 5 to 7 minutes, right?
Yes, 5 to 7 minutes, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to show you how to knead. And Lizzie, show them how you're kneading. You're pulling forward.
So you're taking like a piece and you're pushing.
Pulling it forward,
and then
pushing,
you're turning.
and turning.
And then once you start doing it, it just becomes...
second nature. And most of you will be very natural at this. I don't know. I think But
the whole thing is such an arm workout, I tell you. I'm like, you want to get your arms going. So we're just kneading. My mom does it different
Lizzie
every time.
Lizzie has got this kneading down and has got this pizza down like you can't believe.
Whatever. Do you want to do it?
No,
because I don't know what you're filming right now.
I'm filming you kneading the
I don't
dough.
even know if she's getting it.
I am.
Well,
I can see it.
Sorry, this is funny today. Our tripod, there was an emergency. Okay, so this would just be about, whatever, 5 to 7 minutes. You keep kneading. And the thing about, come up for a minute, Mom. The thing about when you're adding, when you're doing the flour too, the thing you've got to realize is that you're adding flour on the counter as well. And that's adding into the bread. So that becomes more of like, even if you feel like, oh, I only added two cups or...
Yeah. Yeah.
This is comical.
Let's pretend that she's kneaded this 5 to 7 minutes. And then we're going to just put it
But what I'm trying, did you get what I was trying to say? Is that you're adding more on the counter too.
Right.
And so that goes into how much you're adding into your recipe. That's why you're going shy. Filming your chest. Oh, that's funny. Oh, no. See, Mom?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Wait. Oh, she likes the videoing. She thinks it's helpful.
Okay,
well, good. Okay, we're trying our best. All right, so show now, Mom.
So now we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bowl, just like that. And then we'll just put our already kneaded dough in and turn it once. And then we'll put some plastic wrap on top. And so this is how you could show this plastic.
I can't believe, what about kneading it in the Bosch? So yes, you can do it in the Bosch, of course. Yes.
So of course you can do it in the Bosch or a KitchenAid. So we'll spray our plastic wrap and put it right on top like that. And then keep it in a warm place. And if your kitchen is cold, you're gonna need to turn it up to 72 degrees, or get your fire going, or turn your oven on, or something, but you need at least 72 degrees to have your pizza dough rise.
This is comical.
Really well.
I didn't get the chest shots.
Okay.
They said this is funny. Maybe we could just film it right here.
Okay.
Maybe this is okay for
great.
a second.
Great.
So that you can really see it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this dough, her basic 5 minute, you don't even have to let it rise. But this Tuscan one, it's best if you let it rise for about an hour.
Yeah.
Okay?
And,
so this has been rising.
Or like I said, it could go all day. It really doesn't matter. It
yeah,
really
the
doesn't.
recipe tells you you're kneading for at least 5 to 7 minutes.
So that would be by hand or in the Bosch or your KitchenAid.
Oh, that's funny. I put mine on the dryer.
Oh, that's a good idea. On the dryer while you're drying your clothes.
All right.
Or on top of the stove. You can also proof it in the oven at 150 degrees, and that works well too. A lot of people do that.
Okay.
So we have our dough, and in our recipe, we tell you that you can do 6 super, super thin pizzas about 8 inches big, or you can do 3. And what's your favorite?
I think it's crazy to do 6. I think it's crazy, but I do like it. And I think if you do it that way, it is like your personal.
Yes.
Like that, you're eating that whole thing.
Well, yes.
Because it is not that big at all. So I like to make it into 3. She loves to make it into 6. You can do either way.
Yeah.
It's great. All right, so what are we showing? The kinds we're showing are arugula. And it's our favorite.
Well, it's our signature pizza.
Everybody's favorite.
But the one
Isn't it your favorite too?
But the one that is on our meal plan tonight is our fresh ricotta. And if you've never tried it, you're going to love it. So we want to show you how quick it is to make. We have every kind of pizza in our books. We have Thai chicken, we have barbecue chicken, we have Little Italy, we have Greek pizza, we have, you name it, every kind of margarita. We have many pizzas in both books, and traditional, like pepperoni and sausage, mushroom, we have potato, we have onion, a traditional one from Tuscany.
Yeah.
We have many, many pizzas in both books. You just choose the ones that you want to make for your family, the ones that you want to introduce your family to. Of course, your kids are going to love plain cheese, or they're going to love the pepperoni or sausage and olive, or pepperoni and olive, whatever it is you want to make. But today we're going to show you our
Do you want me to make
signature.
it into 6?
No, go ahead, do it. Let's do this way.
Okay.
I can show him.
I don't even know if it's even, if I just did that even.
No, that's fine. Now we need it. So what we need to make homemade pizza is you need a pizza peel, and this is what a pizza peel looks like. You can get them in wood or metal. I prefer the wood just because we've been using it been using the wood forever.
Yeah, but you know what, Mom? A lot of people have actually been buying the metal and they don't like it.
They don't.
No, a lot of our fannies have not liked it. And so I think there's something about it. I think this is just easier to work with.
It might be, because
It is.
I know we love it.
They don't like it. The one said she threw hers away.
Okay.
It was so difficult.
Yeah. So I don't know. Whatever your
I think
preference.
I made this one a little too big, to be honest.
It looks great. Let's
Okay,
see.
so you're rolling it out thin, and we're just doing a dusting of flour.
It says in the book you can add white cornmeal too.
Oh no, I made a hole.
It says in the book you can add white cornmeal as well if you want to. But flour is perfect. Let's just make sure to get enough on there, because this is what we'll show you. One of the tricks about when you put your dough on the pizza peel. You have to work quickly, because it will stick. As this dough rises, it's gaining moisture. And so you've got to have enough, not too much, but just enough flour on the bottom, so this is not going to stick while you get the toppings on it and get it into the oven.
Right.
So let's work quickly. So let's do the Arugula Pizza first. Lizzie. And so what we need first for that, and I'm going to bring this board over to you because...
and something else that we always used to do, like cornmeal, like, is that what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Cornmeal and flour. And we've noticed that the cornmeal is just, it doesn't make a difference.
You don't.
And it's really messy to work with.
You really don't need it.
Just do the flour.
So we're just going to put the cheese down, which we've already...
Well, we need to put olive oil, right?
Not too much for the arugula. You can if you want. Either way, just a little bit. Go ahead.
I put a tad bit.
Yeah, just a tad. And then for our fresh mozzarella cheese, which is what we're only using now, go ahead and buy the shredded mozzarella if you like, but the fresh is much, it's much tastier, it's more delicious, it's more fresh, and it's more like the real deal. So we'll just spread some around. This mozzarella cheese that we bought was not already sliced.
You always think I put too much, so you should.
No, that's great. That's great. This mozzarella cheese was not sliced for us already. If it's already sliced for you, the fresh, then we dice it.
Yeah.
But if it isn't, then we try to shave it as close as we can to get it to get thin slices. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put that in the oven.
Okay, here, you want to do it?
Okay. So we'll just slide this right into our pizza oven, and we won't, well, not our pizza oven, but our oven, which our stone has been heating up for about an hour, but it doesn't need, well, it should go at least 30 minutes to heat up, and an hour is even better. So now we're just gonna close it. And this is my new oven, which is on pizza mode. And it is incredible the way it's going to cook this pizza. So for the arugula pizza, what we do is we cook off the cheese and the crust first, the cheese and the dough, to get it crispy first, and then we add the rest of our fresh ingredients. So we'll come back. I'm gonna set the timer for about 5 minutes, and I'm even gonna check it before then. We're at 500 degrees, and what we found is we've gone around in so many different kitchens and experimented with so many different ovens. We have found that what we need to do is turn your oven up as high as it will possibly go, because so many ovens cook so light and not hot. They just are more on the cold side. And so what we need to do is just turn your ovens up as high as they will go, and get yourself a pizza stone. We actually have 2 stones in this oven. When we open it, we'll explain what the other one is. This is a regular pizza stone that I just put it on. It's a very nice one. It was made by Wolf, the company that makes stoves. And then we have another steel one, and we'll show you that in just a minute. And I love the steel ones.
Okay, you have a couple of questions. Okay. If I made the dough this morning, so I can just leave it on the counter and roll it out tonight.
Yes.
Can you link the rolling pin?
Sure.
Yeah, we can find it.
Yeah.
It's our favorite.
Go to Orsingigi, they have them. So you'll love them there.
Is your countertop marble, is it easy to take care of?
Yes, it is a dream. It is a dream. I debated on doing marble for everything, and it went up almost until the last minute. I was going to put some wood, butcher block in different places, because I did have butcher block before, but I'm so thrilled I did all marble, because we can take anything, hot bread pans, anything, blistering hot, and put it right onto the marble.
But guess what also is crazy is her Carrera marble, she said, was cheaper than what somebody was trying to get for granite.
Yes, let's both get in it. It's the Carrera marble is actually less expensive than some of the granite that we looked at.
Yeah.
And so now there are other marbles, higher grades, that are going to be more than the Carrera, but the Carrera was the one I wanted. So I was so happy.
Can you put the dough in the oven for a few minutes without topping, then add and put back in?
Yes, we show that many times. And that's for another lesson. That's how you prepare for a large pizza party.
Yeah.
Is by cooking at 30 seconds on each side, stacking them up, and then you're ready to go for a large pizza party.
Okay, that's too nice. Buy the book, she won't regret it. I didn't buy them at first because they post the recipes, but the books are so helpful and contain extra advice and a great read.
There's many, many tips, conversation starters. There's so much in those 2 books. They took me about 7 years to write those books. So there is a ton
blood, sweat, and tears into those books.
You're not kidding. You're not
okay,
kidding.
How do you freeze this dough, before or after the rise?
Okay, of course, I would freeze it after the rise, and I would freeze leftover dough, the dough that I hadn't used. I would put that in a Ziploc baggie and just freeze it. And it freezes wonderfully. It's beautiful. It's beautiful dough to freeze. So we have 2 more here.
I'm afraid I will crack my stone putting cold dough on it.
Oh no, look, I've been in my kitchen about 6 weeks now, maybe not even that long, and it has been through every test.
Not her counter, I think she means her pizza stone.
Oh, her pizza stone. Okay, well, I've never done that, and I wouldn't put the pizza stone on top of the marble. I would let that cool.
She's saying she's afraid that she'll put cold dough on her pizza stone, it will crack. But that doesn't make sense.
No.
Okay, that is too funny.
Not a good pizza stone. No, I've never heard of that. No. Okay, so let's check the pizza.
They're saying that Williams-Sonoma and Crate and Barrel have a lot of these places have that rolling pin. We want to sell them, but we
just haven't found a source.
We haven't found a source yet.
We're working hard at so many different things.
Is there 2 of a hot temp? Mine goes to 550.
Okay.
Mom.
We've got to get this out. This is my new oven, and it's Lizzie got it a little bit thin through here.
I know, sorry.
But look at this. Oh my goodness. This is...
It's not my best.
I'm
sorry.
Perfection.
I'll show you again.
This is perfection. Oh my goodness.
I accidentally made a hole in the dough.
So we're about 4 minutes. I'm going to check this.
I asked if you wanted me to redo.
Okay, so this was 4 minutes. 4 minutes in the oven. Look at this. It is crisp on the underneath. Look at this beautiful. Look at the rise on this. And this is incredible. So our cheese is melted. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to turn this buzzer off. Our cheese is melted. Now what we'll do directly on top of the cheese is add our arugula. Right here, our wonderful, if you haven't tasted arugula, you're missing out. It's my favorite green by far on earth. A lot of people call it rocket. In Europe, it came over here, we started calling it rocket, and then we started using arugula more. Now we're gonna add our fresh, look at these fresh ingredients, our fresh cherry tomatoes. Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. The first time I ever ate this, I ever did eat this pizza. Let me grab my olive oil. Now we'll do the top with olive oil, just like this. And now we'll use our fleur de sel, our finishing salt, right here in our little fleur de sel container. Not our big, more coarse gray salt, but we'll use our finishing salt to top off our arugula and tomato pizza. And then
where's your pepper?
Right here. And then you do our pepper. Now, the first time I ever ate this pizza in Rome, Italy, I nearly died because I'd never seen greens on a pizza before then, and this was a long time ago. And when I tasted it, I said, I want to taste your most fresh, most healthy pizza when I was there. And this was the pizza he brought me and served me with the fresh mozzarella cheese melted on the bottom and then the fresh arugula and cherry. It is delicious.
It's delicious. And it's to die for.
This is our signature pizza.
Will you say where you got your olive oil from again?
This olive oil comes from Trader Joe's. It's the California Estate. I happen to love it. I also love olive oil from Sicily and Portugal. But this is a go-to olive oil because it's so easily and readily easy to find. But I'll show you another favorite that you can get at the Portuguese store.
Okay, but I want to show, where is your balsamic?
Yes.
I want to show you if you want to take your arugula pizza to the next level. Because we've shown this pizza forever. This is obviously our favorite.
This is the Portuguese olive oil that is so delicious. You can get this at the Portuguese store down in Salt Lake, and it is delicious. They're down to their little cans. Sometimes they have larger ones.
But how much is that? That's expensive.
It's not. Well, yes, it is. It is more
I thought
expensive.
That was way more expensive than the Trader Joe's.
It is more expensive than the Trader Joe's, but not terribly more, but it is more.
Okay, where's your balsamic? I'm going to show how you want to take your arugula to the next level.
Right here.
This balsamic, if you've never seen us talk about this, it's called Napa Valley Naturals Cherrywood Aged Balsamic, okay? You get this at Whole Foods. Who else saw it? Harmon's?
I think so.
I think Harmon's has it. This is like turkey sandwiches, salads, everything. If you've never had this, we just changed your life today with this balsamic.
We use it.
And this is, you want to tell me this is not insane? My mom doesn't like it, but
I love it.
This is taking it to a whole nother level. And that was our sister Amy that discovered to put it on the arugula pizza. So thanks, Amy. But this, run today. It will change your life.
Why do you think I don't like it?
I don't know. I feel like every time you do it, you're like, don't do that.
No. Well,
don't do that on my arugula pizza.
No, it's fine. It's delicious. This balsamic, I discovered it probably, it's been a while. This is the greatest balsamic discovery of the century. Well, tomorrow we're doing a cooking class at Orson Gigi. We're teaching them pizza. We're doing our Thai chicken. This will go into our amazing sauce for our Thai chicken pizza.
Yeah,
so
it's insane.
This is the one everybody just needs to have in their cupboard. Okay?
Okay.
So let's make another pizza.
Okay, replying to somebody's question, the toppings not melted or brown, probably too many toppings. Go lighter on your toppings. Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Okay, Lizzie, I want to show them how I line the pizzas up.
All right.
Over here.
Our filming might be the funniest job we've ever done.
That's okay.
Today.
So this is my long board, I call it, and this is where I like to line my pizzas up.
But let me just tell you, she found this at Home Goods, and all of you
TJ Maxx.
Yeah, TJ Maxx. And you always want to rebuy it. This is like a one-of-a-kind thing. I can't find it again.
But keep looking at TJ Maxx. This is olive wood. This was from Italy. Sold at TJ Maxx for half the price when I bought it. My sister was with me. She said, if you're not buying that, I am. And of course, I'm so happy I discovered it first. But anyway, it's an amazing long board. I put all of my pizzas on. I wanted to show this Epicurean board because this is what you need to be using when you're crushing your garlic or different like onions, different stinky vegetables that could ruin a different board. You need to be using the Epicurean because it's dishwasher safe. And nothing gets into, it's been treated, so it doesn't get into the wood. And these are the best boards for that. You can get these at Orson Gigi.
And the other thing is that we've now been trying our pizza peel that's Epicurean, and we love that too.
Yes.
They have Epicurean ones. See, this is very inexpensive. So if you feel like you just want to get started, then it's great. It will crack, it will do whatever. You might have to replace it. The Epicurean, they say it's lasting forever. Yeah. It's pre-treated, it will never crack.
Lizzie you actually have one. I don't. Or I could show it to you.
Finally, I have one thing you don't.
Yes, exactly.
She has everything that I want.
Okay.
It's the ongoing joke. I love that a Fanny yesterday found me something that I lust over in my mom's kitchen. Okay, there are so many questions in here.
Okay.
Yes, Trader Joe's does have a good balsamic, but it's nothing like this. Screenshot this. Not my face, but screenshot it because I hope you can see it. I'll do a picture or something
incredible.
Again.
And so is their vinegar in the same
We
brand.
will have a pickup for flour in St. George again. That is to come. What kind of range do you cook on?
This is an Ilve Majestic, It's an incredible Italian range. It's the most incredible range I have ever cooked on in my entire life. It is so amazing. And look at this.
And look how beautiful it is.
And it's something I was going to show really quick. Look at this warming drawer. All I have to do is put my pizza in here to keep it warm. That's amazing.
Boom. That's more France than France right there. Boom.
That is crazier than crazy to me. I have never owned anything that special or amazing. And then I've got my little bread oven on the side here for bread or cookies. It'll hold a quarter sheet, little casseroles, smaller casseroles. Okay, we've got Annie here with us today.
I know, Annie, come over.
Annie, come over here. She is our photographer. We love her to death. Tell us, Annie at Annie Mae.
Yeah. Hey, Annie Mae.
Hey, Annie Mae. That's her. That's her what?
Her Instagram and stuff.
Instagram, yes. Everything. Anyway, we love her. We've got her here because we're in the new kitchen and she's getting some good pictures of the kitchen today. So thank you, Annie. We love her to death. She's amazing. Okay, so we just rolled out some more pizza dough, and what we're going to do now is make this. The recipe that's on our meal plan tonight, which is our fresh ricotta cheese pizza. And this is a typical cheese pizza that
Here,
Italians
let me just
would
flip this. Hold on.
Okay, it's a typical pizza that Italians would actually eat. We learned how to do this in Italy. So what we have is 2 tablespoons of olive oil mixed with 3 minced garlic cloves that of course we've minced ourselves. And now we're just spreading this around on the dough. If you don't like garlic, just eliminate it. Or not so much, just eliminate it. But this would handle 3 or 4 of these fresh arugula pizzas, this garlic and olive oil. Now we're going to take our fresh ricotta cheese. I love to get the whole ricotta for this recipe. If you go to, if you go to fat-free or whatever, it's not going to be as good on here. So this is about a half a cup, and we'll just spread this around, just like this. You know that ricotta cheese is good for you. It's really good for us. It's one of those cheeses that is low in calorie, and it's delicious. It's very, very good. Okay, so we'll just do the ricotta cheese just like this. Spread it around. And then we'll take a tomato. And we have this really fun tomato knife right here. This is for cutting tomatoes. It makes it super easy. You can get them super thin without getting your mandolin out, because a lot of people like thin sliced tomatoes.
Where did you get it?
So I actually got this one in Germany from Marcia. Marcia brought this to me in Germany when I was making so much pizza for everybody. And this was a favorite of everyone's. And she brought me this tomato
She needs
knife.
to quit showing us stuff from Europe till we know we can.
But I know you can get it anywhere.
She needs to tell us where we can buy it here.
You can get it anywhere, and I guarantee you Orson Gigi has it. Okay, so we're just going to spread these slices of tomato around. I like the thinner you can get the tomato, the better for me.
That's pretty funny. Is Mr. Food Nanny retired so he can eat all this good food?
Sure. He's been eating it for years.
He's not retired. He's now started up the Kamut business, the poor man.
Okay, so now we'll just go back to our oven here, but I want to show you on the top here we have, should we cook it on this one this time? Just to show them, let's do it. Here is a steel, this is a steel pizza stone. Can go on the grill or in an oven. Let's try that out.
If they don't like tomatoes, what else can they put?
Maybe some olives, some black olives, or try some arugula. That would even be good. Just use your imagination, or a mushroom. That would be good too. So I'm going to set this time for 4 minutes. and I'm going to see where we're going to be at with that pizza. So you can see how diverse.
Come back over here. I think.
Yeah, you can see how diverse pizza can be, and how easy it is.
Our filming today, you guys. I'm sorry.
And how easy it is to make. Are there any questions about it? We're using the finest ingredients. We're using our Kamut flour, which is so fine. Our French salt from a salt farm over 2,000 years old, which we love. And I want to show you that salt actually. So this is the salt, the gray salt, the moist gray. And then this is the finishing, the fleur de sel. And this we get from France, from Guérin, France. And it's an old salt farm that's been going on for 2,000 years. It's amazing salt. This salt, probably the finest salt in the world. You'll want to try it, and you'll want to use it hand in hand with our Kamut.
It's perfect.
Because it's perfect and it's so delicious. So, if there's not any questions, we're going to wait a minute or answer a few questions.
We sell both of these salts at thefoodnanny.com. They're asking, where do we get this?
Yes, at thefoodnanny.com you can get the Kamut and the salt.
Where can we get Kamut in Arizona?
Well, I'm not sure. You'll have to probably order it online from the Food Nanny until we get a place down there for you to pick it up.
Most places don't sell it.
Which we're working on. And then go ahead and check out our books, because in our books are so many great pizza ideas. And we even show you in book 1 how to make a pizza garden. And I just want to show you this really fast. So here's our arugula in book 1. We did carry it over to book 2 because it was such a popular recipe. Here's our barbecue chicken. But here's our how to grow a pizza garden. And during the summer, there is nothing more fun than growing all the ingredients for your pizza garden. It's so fun for the kids and so easy to do. So we give you lots of different tips.
Okay, you have a couple of questions. What is the best way to store the blue bag?
The best way to store this would just be in a cool, dry place to store the blue bag. Or you open it up and store it in a ceramic with a lid on it that is airtight. And these are on their way from France. We'll be selling these. We tried 100 of them, hoping that they don't break. We're going to make sure that they get here safely, and then we'll order as many as we need. So we've got 100 on their way.
Are you able to ship the 25-pound bag?
Yeah, we're almost able to ship it. By the end of the month, we're able to ship that. We have a new shipping company, and by the end of the month, we'll be there with that. So that will be available to ship the 25 pounds by the end of the month. So that'll be so fun.
But this is the perfect way. So these are coming from France. You guys, we ship these from France, and I know that you're saying that you can get it at World Market. You're right. But ours is now the same price. So if you want to order Kamut and salt, you get it all. We now are able to do it the same cost.
Yes. Yes.
Because we're ordering so much from France.
So much. So we finally got our cost down. And not that it was that crazy or outrageous ever, because we were not making much on this at all. We were just basically having it available.
You got to pay to ship it all the way from.
Yeah, but
okay,
it's very expensive to ship all the way from France. But now we've even got the price to match World Market.
Will you be selling the copper jam pot?
We're working on that. Our trip to France this month. Oh, let's check our pizza.
This month? We're going to France in July.
I mean in July.
Wish it was this month.
Okay. Oh, wow. Let's check this pizza. Let's see. It's not quite done. That was 4 minutes. Look how beautiful it's looking. It's not quite done, but it's doing really well on the steel. On the steel, too. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. So that's fun. I'm so glad I set the timer. I would have forgotten about that pizza. So what were we saying?
Will you be able to include a bag of the salt with one 25-pound bag?
I'm not sure about that, but we'll know as soon as we get started. We've got all the paperwork done. We've met with them. many times, and we're ready to go the end of the month.
Is the salt similar to Maldon salt?
Maldon is, I love Maldon. Maldon is my second favorite. It was my favorite until I came across this. This changed my life. And a little Russian girl
It's upside down.
was, a little Russian girl. We call her the salt girl now. Anyway, she was the one that introduced me to this over 4 years ago. And her name is Marissa. She's from Russia. And thank you, Marissa, if you're ever watching. She was in Germany at the time. Anyway.
What are the benefits of Kamut?
It's amazing. Okay, so the benefits of Kamut are, number one, it's organic. Number two, it's pure strain. It's never been modified. So this grain has never to get a higher yield. Most of our wheat that is grown in our country has been modified to get a higher yield. And the Kamut that has never happened. And so it gets half the yield, and this is why it's expensive. It's lower in gluten, and so for those who are gluten-free, we're finding out, and we had no idea, we did from Italy, but we had no idea that so many of our people, we were doing this strictly on taste, texture, and digestibility because we felt so good. We're not even gluten-free, but we just knew we had to eat it. Julie came the other day to pick up another 25-pound bag, and she said, Liz, you say to eat bread twice a day. She said, I'm eating this 3 times a day. And she said, I haven't gained a pound. So she said, I don't know what you're talking about. You can eat bread 3 times a day. She said, at least you can eat this Kamut. So let's check this pizza, because this is
If a recipe says that you shift flour with Kamut, do you do that with Kamut? Yeah, we showed that earlier. We just kind of sift it.
Yeah, okay, so this is done. Let's take this pizza over here now. Let's add a little more olive oil to the top. You can see how the cheese is cooked now. And let's
If you make the dough several hours ahead, do you just have to go back and keep punching it down?
No, it'll be fine if you put it in a large enough bowl. If you put it in a large enough bowl.
I have been using Kamut for 5 months now and have been making my own bread. We ran out and I was too busy to make more, so I bought a loaf from the store, and my whole family's stomach hurts so bad.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is, but I crave it, and everybody that's using it is telling me. Some people are saying, is this a gimmick? Is it all hype? No, it's far from all hype. Over in Italy, they've been using this for over 25 years. They did a study in Austria 25 years ago, and they brought some people from Italy over, and they found out that it helped the gluten-free people with their digestion. And so Italy is buying 70% of the crop out of America, and so this is not a joke. This is not hype. It's not a joke. We had no clue that we were going to be selling it. We were just sharing what we love. And then they got a hold of us. So we were just sharing all the products that we love and that we use. And the salt goes into all of our baking goods, all of our cookies, our cakes, all of our doughs, all of our breads. We're either using the finishing or the coarse moist gray. And so just in the process of sharing what we do on a daily basis, this happened. So it's pretty crazy.
I love the tile backsplash. Do you care to share what brand and color?
Oh, sure.
We're doing our whole post today.
And the whole post will be up today. That's another reason Annie is here, because she's helping us get pictures of the kitchen. So everything is listed. The tile is Walker Zanger, and the color is Tuileries. But all of this will be posted on the website. Yes, every single thing that we did in the kitchen will be posted. And I hope some of you will.
And the funniest question that we get is that she does not have a dishwasher. It's hidden.
Yeah, I love that.
Everybody is like, so she doesn't have a dishwasher. Yes, she does. It's just hidden.
And I love this dishwasher. It's a Bosch Super Silence Plus 42.
See how much we love you, Bosch? We love you.
We sure do. I don't even know that it's, I don't even know when it's going. And the reason why I chose a Bosch dishwasher was because the last 2 dishwashers I've had were Bosch, and they were the greatest product in a dishwasher I'd ever used. And so I wanted another Bosch.
Look at that. I'm in the Midwest and ran out of Kamut and was craving bread so bad. You guys already shipped it out so fast. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy. Just use the bread recipe on the back. And because I did that recipe just for the Kamut, and by the way, a lot of people have asked us, why on that bread recipe do you make a sponge? So a sponge means that you mix up some of the water, the yeast, and the flour, and half of the honey first. So a little bit of the flour, the yeast, and the water first. Mix it up. Put a plastic wrap on top of the bowl and let it sit until double. This is called a sponge. And the reason I did that was because I wanted it to ferment for just a minute, because it is true. Anything sourdough we all know is super good for us. But if it just can have a minute to ferment just a little, get a little bit of the glutens, you know, start to mix up, get a little bit of air going, it makes for a better bread. And so that's why we did that in this recipe.
And what do you want to say about Kamut bread doesn't rise as well?
Lizzie, taste this.
Why don't you tell them that part?
Someone was saying that maybe Kamut didn't rise as well as the other. We have not found that. Our Kamut bread rises perfect. Annie's shaking her head. Annie makes it how many times a week?
Oh, lots.
Lots. Probably 3 times a week. Her kids won't have a sandwich without it, and so she's making it a lot. This is a fun pizza to make if you love ricotta cheese. Where did our other pizza go? Let's get it back out.
Okay.
And let's take a taste.
We're going to end.
And then we'll end. So I can just get it right out of the warming oven. And it is warm. It is warm. Feel that, Lizzie. It's really neat.
I'm glad you guys agree. We agree that it rises perfectly, but we had somebody that say it doesn't.
Let's cut our pizza. Now you can go more crisp if you want to. Just leave it in longer. It's your preference. But the one main
Do you think
rule,
the warming oven makes it soggier?
Maybe it may take a little bit of the crispness away.
It's the best.
Really good. But the main thing we need to know about...
That balsamic adds to it, I'll tell you.
It does.
Annie likes the ricotta.
I've never tried this, to be honest. And I hate tomatoes, and that was the most delicious pizza I
Did you
ever
like it?
had. Yes.
Oh my goodness, good.
Oh.
Good.
Have you ever tried pizza scissors? They're awesome and they don't cut your board.
I haven't. We should get some. Just remember in making your pizza, one of the most important things is use your ingredients and disperse them evenly.
I can't film and put myself in it, Mom. It's near impossible.
Okay.
I'm serious.
So disperse your ingredients evenly. That is one of the most important things you can do when making your pizza. Because we get them loaded down with too much meat, too much cheese. So disperse the ingredients evenly. Your pizza will come out crispy.
I missed the info. Where do I get Kamut?
Okay, DM us because we better go. So we'll see everybody.
It's at thefoodnanny.com, or we have pickups in Utah. So yeah, DM us. All right.
I hope you learned something today.
Have a great weekend. We'll be back next week.
Keep cooking.
Your family's worth it. Can't wait to see you at the pizza cooking class tomorrow.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow at the pizza cooking class. We'll see you next Tuesday for a lot more fun.